off traveling.
Well,
We don't need those.
welcome to a brand new podcast, Old Carver Fishing Podcast to be exact. Once again, we are in studio here at the bait shop in Carver, Minnesota. Today, we got a good one for you guys. Not only is it good because of our guests, but the flathead bite is on fire right now. We're all sitting here itching to get out. I know Dan's boat's outside. I decided me and Tara should probably go catch a big slauncher tonight, so we're probably going to do that. Today, we have myself, Luke Henches, Fish on Luke, Northwoods Angling on YouTube. We got Tara Lindsay next to me. She is Tara Fishing on YouTube. Tara Lindsay on TikTok.
Nope. Flip it.
Flip that around. Tara Fishing on TikTok.
Find
Tara
me- you'll
Lindsay
find
on
me somehow.
YouTube. She'll get it straight one of these times.
Oh,
We got Scott Goodyman, Norfin Pro Staff, Old Carver Fishing Pro Staff. We got Pedro Trejo. He is the 2021 Masterclass Flathead Champion of Steamboat Days.
He is.
Yeah,
He
Pedro.
is.
He's
Yeah,
kinda-
classic,
He's
yeah.
kind of like a local legend. Is Chewy's
Well, he's the first one to win it, so now everybody's after him.
yeah, so everyone wants to get after
Nobody
Pedro.
wants him to repeat it. That's for sure.
And obviously we got Old River Dan, Danny Two Cats.
Second place.
Second place.
You did
Yeah.
get first in the league.
We
but,
got number 2.
And then obviously we got Chewy Godinez Jr.,
What's up, guys?
owner of Old Carver Fishing Bait and Tackle here in Carver, Minnesota. Stoked Custom Baits, and we're in his studio. This is his kingdom, his casa.
We got Mike Grenwell.
And tonight we have a special guest we're going to bring in shortly. Not quite yet. He's probably itching. I can see him sitting in the back scene there. We got Chris from Katfish Clothing. I actually just talked to him. We'll get into that. But I see we got Muddy River Catfishing in the house. Chris Flores, what's going on, Chris?
All right.
We got Mr. Mike Greenwell.
We got Luke's mama.
My mother's in chat. Everyone say hi to my mother.
Hi,
Welcome.
Luke's mom.
Does that mean Dan's got to watch his mouth?
Yeah.
Good luck on this one.
But the good thing is,
I'm going to go to apologize. Sorry, Mom.
Pedro's a local guy here, but we got a lot to talk about. We got some big stuff that's been happening.
Yep.
I've had some crazy stuff happen in my life with fishing, stuff that kind of came out of nowhere. Fish are biting. Everyone's catching fish right
Yeah.
now.
You
That's
did.
what I heard.
Except for me.
Let's start out with Pedro.
Oh.
Pedro, tell us a little bit about yourself. This is your first time on the podcast.
It is. I was supposed to be scheduled last year after we won, but COVID hit,
Yeah.
and we weren't able to make it along with my partner. My partner's working tonight, but yeah, it was quite the struggle last year. Went through a couple mortars with the river being so shallow.
It was tough.
But we stuck with it, and yeah, we ended up accomplishing a lot more than we anticipated. That's for sure.
How good did it feel to beat Dan? That's just
Oh,
what I
well.
want to know.
Dan was sleeping.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. After the podcast that we heard the first time was pretty spectacular. Dan was talking all that great smack, and I know he's a hell of a catfisherman and
Yeah.
walleye fisherman along with it. But we stuck with it, and we ended up stealing the spot.
I like that.
And we caught the bigger fish. I know he did well with his partner, but yeah, we got the bigger fish in the spot. We seen him go there, and we're like, "We're gonna wait till he leaves, and we're gonna go scope that out." And it panned out for us. Not only one night, but 2 nights. And getting there was a mission. With the river, like I said, being so low. I don't know if you guys experienced the low waters or
yeah.
bottomed out or hit a couple logs.
That's why I got a jet boat, Pedro.
Yeah,
Oh, here
well,
we go.
the jet boat. Yeah,
So-
I've been in one. I've been
so
flown out of one too.
The fierce competitor that I am, I'm like, Pedro, just follow me.
Yep,
That's a pretty nice of Dan. True.
Gosh.
it
He's
is.
like,
A
I
lot
don't
of-
really know where to go. I don't know how to get up through Carver. And I'm
Seems
like,
like-
dude, you're fine.
Seems like he treats you a lot better than he treats me because I drove by on the other end. He was reeling in a big flathead and flicking me off. At the same time.
I think the worst part was on we were pulling up to him, and we were about
It
a
felt really good.
mile down just to have him weigh our fish.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're wrecking my fish," and
Nah, I
But,
weighed a lot of your fish. I think you just did it to rub it in.
a little bit.
You probably had your own scare. You're like, I'm just gonna bring this up to Dan.
So if you guys don't know, they have a Carver Catfish League. They don't call it a Catfish League. They go back to the old time, from Chewy's beginning days in New Mexico, where they call everything a derby.
That's right.
So it's
Derby.
Old Carver
Catfish Derby.
Catfish Derby. It's a week every bi-weekly league.
Yep.
Times change from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Saturday, Sunday, and then it goes 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. on every other Saturday. So keeps us busy. I got my partner. My partner's in Aruba right now, so he won't be joining me this weekend. But I got my old neighbor Ginger Cat jumping on my team. And
Oh boy.
one of the first times I took him out, he pulled a 50 out of my boat. So he's good luck. That's just what I say. So.
Yeah.
And he can fish. This guy I taught him really well. I don't know who he was, but
I'm going to be gone the first week as well, and I'm pretty sure I know exactly where he's going. So,
Well, I know where Dan's spot is, so I guess who knows getting the big
well, I
one
know where
first.
Pedro's spot is. So I guess
Pedro, have you been out at all yet?
I have not. I've been busy doing a lot of boat work myself. I'm trying to get
getting
my
ready.
boat ready. Time just seems to fly by, and
That's where
Does.
I'm
next
at.
thing you know, I thought this opener was going to be next weekend,
Yep.
but happens to be this Saturday, and
That'll do it.
I wasn't really ready or prepared yet, and
Yeah.
so I've been just kind of
it's okay. I've been beating up your spots, Pedro. You're not going
Oh,
to catch
God.
anything there
Oh,
anyway.
I think that's what you said last year. And,
I told my
Scoreboard.
I told myself I wasn't going to run long distances this year when the gas is expensive.
it is tough.
I'm still doing it.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be too
Oh,
many
wow.
people you're going to
I know.
have to.
I just go to my spots, which is so far away from everywhere else, so I don't get to see a lot of people.
You just
thankfully.
count the boats as you pass them on the way
Yep,
up.
that's right, and count the trailers at the ramp.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's how you do it.
That's right.
It's the old river tricks, guys. If you're not familiar with that, you count the boat trailers at the ramp and you count how many boats you drive by, so you know if you're the last guy.
And then you send out the fleet.
That's right.
Well, the great thing about this league is that you could be a week late and still come back
Yeah.
the next week. And
Yep.
I know we did that last year because I just happened to find out about it. The second week, I met Chewy, and he's like, "Yeah, you still got a chance." And
Yep.
we ended up doing pretty well that first week. And like I said, anybody's got a chance this year with the river being so high right now.
Yeah, it's really good
You
for
know.
everyone.
I don't know, guys, how you guys approach the river at this depth. I know at the ending was you're lucky to find a good traveling path to
Yeah.
your spot, should I say. I mean, you got a jet boat, which you can skim on an inch of water, and
Mhm.
the rest of us gotta hit logs and rocks on the way there.
I pulled a quick one on.
like Pedro, you did pretty good, right? You're about 120 pounds behind first place in the league.
Yeah, yep.
That's
We did
pretty good.
well. Like I said, when we started a week late because we didn't know about it.
Was that a shot at Pedro?
That was a shot at
That was
Pedro.
a shot at Pedro.
That was what do they call that?
A subtle roast.
A subtle brag.
That's like the best record in the major leagues. Not winning a championship though, so it's almost more of a fault on
it
you.
hurt. Yeah,
You
it
got to
hurt.
really send her home.
Yeah, it hurt.
And just so you guys know, if you're watching here locally here in around Carver within an hour here, we got spots open in the league this year. And I know Jeff wanted me to let you guys know that if you're interested in joining, there's a $200 entry fee, or you can pay weekly if you don't want to be included in like the giveaways every week and then the end of the year party. But if you do pay the $200 entry fee into the league, that goes for giveaways throughout the entire year, rods, reels, whatever they're going to give away, and then a giant party at the end of the year at one of the guys' houses, which would be really awesome. They're going to be a big, probably barbecue catering thing going on, and it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm fishing with Tara every day, pretty much a lot. I fish with Tara a lot, and I'm fishing against her in league, so it's going to get real interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
All I know is I better not see her in any spots I'm bringing her
It is a competition.
Watch your bobber.
to.
Friendship ends at once you get to the boat
Yeah.
ramp.
What I have learned is Luke's boat's pretty fast.
It goes all right.
It is.
I just cut corners.
It's fun.
I pulled
So pick your second favorite spot.
I pulled a quick one on Tara the other day. I was like, I turned around and I was like, "Did you see that?" She's like, "What?" I was like, "See that little chute of water behind all those logs that goes up on the sandbar?" So we're hitting that. I hit that thing so fast, like 35, and I jumped the land on the other side, and she almost flew out of the back of the boat.
Yep.
Wow.
Epic. epic. It's all on video too.
Is it?
That's the best part.
Is it the one that showed? Is that the one you let
I
today?
had, no.
Okay.
We were racing in backwaters with my buddy Brandon Nyquist. That was fun.
Oh gosh.
I have been thrown out of a jet boat like yourself.
Have you?
Yeah.
You don't know when the morning rises and the water kind of comes up.
Yeah.
Was it the left side that he took, or was it the right side to get there? And unfortunately, we made the wrong mistake, and
Yeah.
my buddy had a steering wheel to hold on to, and I didn't have what
Yeah.
they call an old shit bar. And, I went from the back of an 18 or 20-foot boat to right to the front, almost in the water myself. So yeah, you got to be careful out
Sunk a
there.
little too hard there, bud.
I see Mr.
Yeah. They'll send you if you know what I mean.
Seems like
Oh,
Nick,
yeah.
Nick Tuesna's kind of bummed out he couldn't do it this year, but work went way later than he was supposed to go to the Dakotas to work. He's in North Dakota work, and he's supposed to go like months and months before and be done for this flathead season, and he ended up having to pretty much stay there all summer now. So it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I couldn't kick his ass the whole season. That'd have been kind of fun. Next year, Nick, you can feel it. I had a similar situation last year for the whisker, and oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh.
Our buddy Nick was
I remember that.
in the back of Nick's boat in his seat, and he was standing, and he like hitting these big waves, and our buddy went crashing down in the seat and bent the whole seat post.
Really?
Oh,
It was-
nice.
It was pretty funny.
That's how you do
I'm
it.
not gonna lie. So I've been fishing too much. I typically don't fish weekdays, but with fishing being so good, I kind of have to go.
You gotta.
I'm going tomorrow. I'm going Friday. Me and Tara are going tomorrow. I think Jacob's coming with me Friday. I haven't fished with Jacob in a long time. Jacob's who I do Northwoods angling with. So
I feel like you have to go during the weekdays because the weekends are so busy around here nowadays.
Mhm.
There was 8 trailers and boats in the Carver access.
Wow.
yeah, I get away
Wow.
pretty good. I don't like
Took
being
me a
around
long
anyone.
time to
Yeah.
count them on the way up.
Yeah.
Saturday
Not to
night
pick
was
at your
popping.
spots, but do you stick around locally, or do you like to travel yourself?
I'll go from Belle Plaine to Carver.
Oh, perfect.
So I'll just run. I have quite a few. I have my favorite spots, obviously.
Correct.
High water spots are different than my low water spots, but the fish are moving so good right now, man. It's so good.
Good. That's good to hear. I'm glad you guys are out and at least giving us some insight for some of those that haven't been.
Yeah.
out.
And
I don't know if
I've gotten some big fish that they weigh less than they should. Like I got
Okay.
a 42 incher that was 36 pounds.
That was like you.
It was
though.
like mine.
Yeah.
Long,
Yeah.
skinny.
Huge
Wow.
fish.
I don't even think that 27 girth was mine, which isn't skinny, but I'd like to see that 30-inch girth where you get
Yeah,
the low 40
I
pounds.
guess I didn't
Yeah.
whatever.
It's
but
good to do the calculations. You might hate the measurement stuff, but it's you can kind of get a really good idea what it's going to weigh without even weighing it.
I think my fish was about 10 pounds lighter than it will be.
Yeah.
And
In a month.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a month, yeah.
No, it's true too. They grow a lot in
Yeah.
that right before spawn.
Yep.
They're on the feed bag. Speaking of,
That's why it's a great time to catch them. It's a great
So,
time to be out there.
we have
and
a-
battling for spots.
should we get our guest in here for a little bit? And
Sure.
Oh,
thankfully, we got someone in chat someone here wearing his clothes because
Oh, yeah. The wife and I love the catfish.
So Chris, but when you come in here, don't look at my clothes. I'm not wearing any Katfish clothing.
Yeah.
But Pedro is, so he's wearing your stuff. So we appreciate that. Let's get Chris in here. How's it going, Chris?
Hey. Oh.
Can you
How's
hear
it
us?
going, guys?
Hey, there he is.
Hey.
He did warn me about his internet connection.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Must be
It's
that media
cutting out a
come
little
on.
bit, Chris.
There we go.
How's that?
Am I lagging?
We hear you, but you're
Yeah,
lagging.
You're lagging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such
So
a
if
cool
you don't-
setup.
If you stay really still, we should be able to
Can you
do
hear
this
me now?
just right.
Just blink.
Are you-
Oh,
he's just
oh.
he's
Oh,
messing
you
with.
make- Give me a lead. Even come back.
Yeah, can you get better reception?
Hotspot or something.
He lives out in the country, so he said, "All right,
Okay. Sounds
we'll
good.
join you back when you come back."
That was a sweet setup he had in the background there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
So that's Chris from Katfish Clothing. He bought it a while back from Matt, which is also one of my buddies that owned it before him. We talked to Chris at the Catfish Conference. So
Yep.
you guys don't know, Carver Bait does sell Catfish Clothing stuff, hats and shirts. So he'll be back
Perfect.
in here. Hopefully he gets maybe he's gonna go outside and sit on the tractor, and then he'll do it from there. Because he lives way out in the country. So he said his nearest neighbor's a half a mile away. So he's out there.
Goals.
Nice.
And
Love
I
that.
just talked to Chris. He called me the other day, and I'm flying out there in August. We're gonna go saltwater fish for cobia.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of
Wow.
excited to do that. He invited me a while back. I didn't go. So he's like, well, I'm not really into the catfish. I was like, dude, we can go saltwater fishing all day long. I said, I can take a freaking 3 days off from catfishing and go saltwater fish for tuna and cobia and whatever else they catch up there. I mean,
Yeah, I would.
he's like, you can take some fish home to eat, and I'll have to freeze dry it and send it here, put some dry ice and send some fish back.
Nice.
I know, yeah, he's in the saltwater mode right now. He's not even in cat mode. I don't blame him.
Picture here, Pedro, when he won that Flathead Classic.
Yeah, let's
That
see it.
was the trophy that Brian made for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
I
that's
heard
cool.
he's having some health issues. We just seen him
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
That's heartfelt. That's
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I know it is to have a few heart attacks. I've had 3.
Strokes.
Yikes. Yikes.
3, huh?
3 heart
Yeah,
attacks.
yeah,
Yeah.
3
Holy
strokes.
smokes.
2010 till 2019.
Pedro was also a BMX
State champion.
yeah,
Yep. I
BMX.
used
Oh,
to race
really?
bikes with my kids.
In
That's
Minnesota?
dope.
In Minnesota, yep.
That's
Traveled
awesome.
to every racing spot in Minnesota.
Are you from Carver?
I am not. I live in Gaylord,
Yep.
originally from Mankato.
Okay.
But yeah, a friend of mine lived here in town and said he came by the bait shop and wanted to introduce me to Chewy. And I guess we just kind of went from there.
Steve-O.
Steve-O, yeah, that's my partner in crime.
Huh.
I got
Yeah,
a picture of him here.
Did you catfish when you lived in Mankato?
yeah, I've been catfishing since I was probably 15. I got my first boat when I was 17. And
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's Steve-O right
Mhm.
there.
Okay.
always liked the little boats.
Yeah.
They're just easier to deal with when it's shallow. And Dan knows how it is to have a small boat and try to sleep in one, let alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
He knows
It's tough
all
to
about
sleep in
sleeping.
one.
We talk about that every week.
Yeah, I woke him up a couple times. Like
Two
I
nap
said,
Dan.
2 nap stand.
Danny two cats, and then I don't know
This is my daughter.
daughter.
This
Oh.
is her
Wallies?
first time ever taking her out ice fishing.
Really?
Nice.
Wow.
I let her run 2 tip ups, and she got both those on her own. And
That's awesome.
I just stood back and was
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Wow, all right."
You have one kid?
No, I have. This is my oldest daughter. I have a younger son. He's starting to get into fishing, and then I have a 3-year-old that's loves to fish, but scared of the boat and the boat motor.
Yeah.
Mm.
but
happen.
the wife loves it. This is
Nice.
this last year we were up at my friend's or my wife's uncle's cabin, and we were just hammering on walleyes and northerns.
Nice.
And
Slabs.
crappies were just nice.
Is that your wife?
That is my wife. Her name is Katfish Trejo. Yeah, she's just an amazing partner.
Oh.
Supports everything I do, and sometimes you don't get to go out, and she's like,
That's the kind of
I've had
wife you
enough of
want.
you.
That's
Yeah,
the ones you
I've had
want.
enough of you, and you've been here all week, so get fishing and
Oh.
have fun. That's what it's all
I
about.
love that.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a 3-year-old, she would have been my partner this year. But unfortunately, the 3-year-old don't let you do anything anymore.
Right.
And it's tough to have a baby, should I say, out on the river.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
It's
had my
not
daughter when
ideal.
she was about 3 months out in the river. I bolted down there, baby seat in there. We went
That's
fishing.
awesome.
So challenge was on. They say if you can't go fishing without her, so
He'll be
Yeah.
back. He's going
We
down the
went.
road.
Okay.
He's gonna jump on the John Deere and send her.
Does your
So-
daughter like to catfish? Your daughter?
she does.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any pictures on my phone. Swapping phones, you lose photos,
Oh,
of
for
course.
sure,
But yeah, when she was 10, she went with me. And just watching your kids roll up a nice 10 to 15.
Yeah.
I know they're slot, but to see your kids do that is
I
amazing.
feel the same way
Yeah.
when I fish with Tara. It's It's really
Oh,
nice.
Stop.
she gets a
It's
slot
like,
fish,
oh
huh?
my god!
I'm just so
It's so
excitable.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it.
So when you're out on Seaboard days, did you change it up, bait wise, rig wise?
We did. Steve-O is a hard partner to fish with. He likes to just, we're stuck in one place and this is where we're gonna stay.
Mhm.
And I'm more of a let's stay here for a bit and we'll jump around.
Mhm.
He was afraid to travel at night, and I am also. But I'm like, we got to move, dude. This is not turning out, and we got to go hit these other little spots. And if they're not better than what we're doing here, then you know, I mean, you got to
Yeah.
keep
Live and
moving.
learn, live
You got to
and
keep
learn.
moving,
Right.
and
Send it.
it worked.
Send it.
Yeah, this last year it worked. Moving just 20 feet helped out, and like I said, we did fairly well on the weights almost every other weekend. So
Yeah, this is the only time of year I don't really move.
It was gonna.
It doesn't matter.
One of the
Yeah.
things I was gonna say about Pedro is they moved a lot, but it wasn't very far.
right,
Just
Yeah,
little
20
shifts.
feet, you
Little
said?
bit.
But that's
20
the
Yeah.
that's the thing, Pedro. That you bring up a really good point for,
Yeah.
especially for flatheads. It's bait placement's more important
Yep.
than any bait you put out there. I mean, you can fish. You can know right where that right spot is when you cast there, and there's always a fish that runs that
You don't
lane.
know,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just where you put the bait, and you can move 20
Correct.
feet and change the whole position of that bait and catch fish.
And unfortunately for us, last year was cameras. We are no good with videos or
Yeah.
pictures, let alone sending them,
Mhm.
because we had everything almost right,
Technology challenge.
but trying to send the videos to Chewy was the mission. And being so excited just to catch a fish after like 3 hours of waiting,
Oh gosh,
you're
yeah.
so pumped, and you're like, a phone with a phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I don't want to even touch the phone.
that's what people that
So
that
it's tough.
if you don't flathead fish, Victoria Trejo. Hi, Dad.
Hey.
Oh.
I think that's the
Got
reason
squad.
why I waited.
What is
He's
it?
like, I know where Dan is. I'm gonna go have him. wait."
Yeah.
And that's the cool part about having some, like when I fish with Tara, she's so good with like submitting fish for like the fish donkey tournament that we're in, King of the Cats. And like now I got to be that guy with John because he is not tech savvy. So
I mean,
Yeah.
at the beginning of the Catfish Derby, we didn't have as many skills as we needed.
Right.
So one guy in Carver would have a skill, and one guy in Chaska would have a skill, and one guy in Jordan would have a skill.
jeez.
And I had to tell everyone where I was going and where I would be all night. And if you needed me, I'd be here.
Well, yeah, I would never say that. You're way
Yeah,
nicer than
he
me.
was way hell of a nice
Wow,
guy.
that's really nice, Dan.
Like I said, especially
It really
us,
surprises me, actually. That's really kind of you.
Aw.
It's really
just to
sweet.
have a couple boulders barge into your not only lines but in your way you're fishing, just the way you fish. And he was great. His partner was great about it. I'm sure he wanted to throw a couple of empty beer cans at me, but he held back. He held back pretty good. So.
Now, for some reason, every time you left, we caught something.
See,
Yeah.
maybe it's good luck. It's like a barge bite, but a boat
Yeah.
bite.
Barge, but
And
Yeah.
we did let all them fish go right in your area.
It was like
there.
what Chris Flores was saying. It was like the school bus when they're coming through, all the kids separate and then they
Yeah.
go back to what
yeah,
they're doing.
yeah.
Exactly
No.
right.
Yeah.
Well, Chris is back.
If Chris is still listening,
Yeah.
I've gone
Flores?
fishing twice.
P-dub.
Hey, there's Chris,
Hey.
Mr. Catfish.
Hey,
That.
All right.
There he is.
sorry, I had to change my environment.
Yeah, we hear you.
Drove down the road.
You had to leave the farm and go to one of the corner acres, huh?
Hilltops.
Hi, baby. Love you.
Sending Wi-Fi from the neighbors.
Unfortunately, where we live, there's a lot of open space, but not much technology. So
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
that sounds so rough.
So when I come fish there, are we staying out in the country too?
sure,
I like that.
Yeah.
everything is in the country around here, but
Yeah, it's
Can't
not like
beat
that,
that.
around here.
Where is right here? Where you at?
so I live in Charlottesville, Virginia,
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Beautiful.
which is central Virginia, right near UVA, basically the center of the state.
I
So
like
we've
that.
got a farm out here.
Old Farmer Chris.
Yeah, man. I was raking hay and running the tractor. I had air conditioning. It was rough. Radio.
Chris, let's talk a little bit about Catfish.
Yeah.
When you acquired Catfish and kind of about the company, because up in Minnesota, I mean, it's kind of just getting up here, and you're starting to see it a lot more actually now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're starting to see catfish a lot more. Tell us a little bit about, for the people that aren't familiar with catfish, and tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the company and why you got involved and purchased catfish.
All right. So Katfish Clothing started in 2015 by a guy, Matt Miles. He started it in 2015. And around 2018, we became friends. And he knew me through the tournament world. I'm pretty involved in the tournament world here in Virginia. And in 19, we started this King of the James was started, and I came in and helped do some fundraising and different things for that tournament. And we just kind of hit it off. And he was at a bad time in his life, and I decided to take all his problems and put them on me. and that's what I did. And so in late 19, I purchased the company and all its assets, and just started growing it. And a lot of people don't know, but we own a manufacturing company, and so I'm accustomed to building our own components and delivering a certain quality. And around 2020, I guess right before COVID started, we were experiencing some problems with suppliers and supply chain.
Mhm.
And so that's at that point we decided to just go ahead and buy all of our own equipment and start doing everything ourselves. So about in mid 2020, we started doing everything ourselves. And I didn't know anything about embroidery or screen print, things like that. I knew what quality looked like, and I knew what I wanted to see. And that's what we did. And and I stayed the whole time. I'm still a tournament angler. I fish a lot. I'm going to back it off this year. I think I'm only going to do about 10 tournaments a year. We're used to doing about 25 or 30.
That's people forget you own Katfish Clothing, but you're an established tournament fisherman. You're a great fisherman, a great cat fisherman, actually, and multi-species.
We get lucky.
I don't think it's lucky
honestly,
after that many times.
I think that luck has a lot to do with it. And but I think honestly, if you're a tournament angler, I think having a positive mindset when you go into fish and be confident in what you're doing, I think that really plays a huge role as a tournament angler.
Yeah.
So in the last 6 years, we were in our regional championship, we were second, and then we were 4 times we were first, and then this last year we were second. So we've had some tremendous years, and I just love it. I gave up everything I have to catfish and do this catfishing community, and it's just something that I love. I've been doing it 20 years. I love it.
Awesome.
I saw you took out Has Life too on TikTok or YouTube too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I know you put them on some pretty big fish. It looked like
we did. That's kind of been the turning point of my career, fishing. Where the tournaments were my priority, and now I've always enjoyed. I guess so. First of all, as the captain of the boat, I don't reel in the fish. We have jobs, what we do, and usually Howard or Joey, they end up landing the fish, and I just set it up. But I've always just enjoyed watching everybody else have fun catching fish. And this stuff is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to, and of course, there's pressure to try to do well, but it's supposed to be fun. And we joke around, we have a great time. And so, my priorities have changed from the tournament world over the last couple of years to you bringing guys like yourself or Has or Michael Chavez or Keith from Fishing and Stuff or Dieter Mel, or whoever, or a customer. They can come fish with us. We have a good time and, make some memories. And that's kind of what we've been doing the last couple of years, our focus.
Yeah, I like to see that. I like to see the Katfish company as a whole it's expanding. It's nice to see.
The community is growing. Yeah, the community is growing since, the neat thing is that the catfish industry, when we talk about industry, that didn't start until about 2016. So it's a fairly young industry.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal for a couple years. The companies fighting each other. Not all of them, but some of them were.
Yeah, well, there's still gloves go on. From
Oh, I
time to
know
time.
there's still some going on.
That's in any though, like
Any
Yeah.
any
For
you
us,
see it industry wide, I guess.
it's a competitive thing. But for us, our focus has always been on our product.
Sorry, guys.
And just making our product the best that we can do, and just stay focused on what we want to achieve.
Yeah.
And that's just our goal. We're not in it to get rich. We're just in it to build a lifestyle and that people, just enjoy being part of our family.
Right. Yeah, you can sense that too. It's nice. It's a good thing to be.
Yeah, just seeing them in Kansas, they
Yeah.
have a good, very, very good following.
It's interesting how
Yeah.
catfishing is one of the most popular fish to fish as a whole in the United States of America. I mean, a lot of it's the rugged guys in the overalls that just go hit the river and fish too. But there's also those guys that come up. Those guys even come to the catfish conference shows, and there's all different kinds of people in the catfish community. Everyone. I'm talking like doctors, engineers, farmers, and it's when you go to the catfish conference, you realize how kind of tight knit the group is. To be honest, I mean, it's I don't know how. I've never been in like never been close with another like bass fishing or muskie guys, but I feel like the cat guys, even when we were in Kansas City, everyone's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And everyone knows everybody, and then you get introduced to everybody, and that's when I got to talk to you for a while. And I don't know, catfish community is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
It is. It's neat. The owners, we all get together, and that's like a lot of those shows are for us to hang out. I mean, me and Alex Nagy from Rip and Lips, or Steve Douglas, or Kevin with all the different companies. We all get together, we hang out, we have dinner. It's neat for us. It's kind of a fraternity.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
we all do. We all talk all the time. There's a group of us. We just we're always on the phone talking to each other. So
Yeah.
So you know what the fish are doing all the time, then, whether you're getting out or not.
well, we hear what the fish are doing up in Ohio
Whisper.
or Illinois, but the fish.
Well, I absolutely love the clothing. The wife and I have sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. I got about 3 of your hats. The shirts are amazing. For a bigger fella like myself, they fit great.
I agree. I have that exact same T-shirt, and I wear that thing so much.
It fits better than I guess I don't know, tall and large, because I ain't tall.
Yeah, I like them.
I like the large, just not the tall.
Do you have anything planned for this year that you can talk about? Anything new that you can think that's coming out?
Well, we've got a 4th of July. We've got a 4th of July. Basically, American flag and that type of pride stuff coming. I think we're getting ready to release some bundles where you can get maybe a hat and a shirt and decal together for a little bit of savings. We are feeling the impact from all the fuel increases and all the expenses. Our costs have gone up about 30%. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to offer some sales to help people out, probably discounts or on some of those packages. We're going to put some better prices together, make it a little bit.
What are you paying for fuel down there?
So diesel, I put $5.69.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah. So
that's up there.
Up there a little bit from Minnesota. I mean, we're pretty close.
Yeah,
it's pretty similar.
We're pretty close here. I know different states vary, but
yeah.
hate to live in
$7
California.
in California. It's nuts.
We were just talking about our tournament fishing this coming year. So we're on the spawn. So in Virginia, we don't fish for blues. So we fish the tidal rivers mainly and some lakes, and we don't fish for the blues. Usually at the end of April we stop, and then we pick back up around the end of July. But we were just talking about the tournament stuff. Typically in fuel, we spend about $300 at a trip, and I think we're going to end up being around 500. So
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah, it's tough.
Are you not
Yeah.
fishing for those blues out of respect, or is that because the season closed, or
they're on
does that work?
spawn, so they're
Yeah.
spawning, and we try to leave them alone.
Sure.
All we do is just catch and release, and I live close to the ocean, and so I like saltwater fishing. So we're getting ready to start cobia. We'll be cobia and then drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I come. Here I come.
Look
We're
was
going,
rubbing it in our
this
faces
Saturday's
earlier.
our
Yep.
first cobia trip.
I'm
Sounds
ready
like
for that.
fun.
Yeah, I've seen one. I told you that, Chris. I saw one when we were offshore about 25 miles last year, and we could not catch that fish, and I want to catch one so bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're a
cool.
blast. They're
Yeah.
a blast. It's we fish them just the same as we catfish.
Yeah, that's crazy to
That's
me.
what we do. Same gear, same everything.
Sounds fun.
That does sound
Yeah,
fun.
Great.
Yeah, but the only difference is if you get a 40-pounder on, he can spool you in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
Oh,
So
sure.
it's a
Yeah,
totally
but-
different creature.
I want to try.
saltwater-
That sounds fun.
Saltwater's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
nother ball game.
Dang.
Yeah, saltwater is fun. Yeah, it's,
I was telling. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
No, you're right. You're fine.
I was talking to Chris about when we go jigging for snappers and stuff offshore in Florida, and once in a while you'll get a blue runner, which is probably about 12 inches long, 2 pounds. Thing just screaming drag.
Oh,
It's
fun.
dude, they're like mini tunas, but like it's like a bonita. I mean, they fight good too.
Yeah, they're all muscle. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
just
just-
pure fast
There's just-
tail.
The saltwater, there's so much you could go, and that's what I love about it. You can go and in the morning you could cobia fish, and in the afternoon you could go over to medium action rods and go spade fishing, or you could go flounder jigging, or you can do all kinds of different things in a small area.
Yeah. Do you shark fish at all?
No, I mean we catch sharks all the time, but I don't
Just
target them.
Casual.
Yeah.
Just not on the coast.
Just
Well, I
a
mean,
shark.
we're fishing with cut bait and live bait, so sharks are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a shark.
Well, they're not. We
That's
pet
like
them
a
and let
carp
them go.
around here. It's just a carp.
Yeah, just a car.
I don't know. I want to catch a shark.
Dude, so
You-
do
I think
I.
it'd be pretty.
You don't
fun.
eat shark at all?
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I've had a
Shark.
I've had a blue shark from Alaska,
What?
Wow.
and it was extremely water. It was a very waterlogged fillet, and you're supposed. I didn't realize it when I cooked it, but you're supposed to dry it and pat it and like let it actually dry out for a while before you cook, because it's got a lot of moisture in it. It's a deep water shark,
Huh.
and so that was the
Wow.
first shark I had. But I've heard like Jacob even said like shark that he's cooked in Florida that he kept, like it's amazing. He said,
It is.
Sounds fun.
but you got to dispatch them because they piss through their skin, right?
What?
You need to cut their head off and gut them right away and cut their tail. You got to bleed them good. And
Yeah, their urea, their pee goes through their skin. That's how they pee.
Wow.
What?
I did not know that.
tarnation?
Well, I had a catfish do that to me last year. Not only pee on me, but I got crapped on. and-
Did you puke?
No, I slept in it actually. After I caught pictures of it and released it.
Chris, does flathead shit smell
I
as bad as
laid
it
in
does
it.
down here, up here?
'Cause that's
I
horrible.
don't know. I can tell you that I don't. So we don't flathead fish too often. Being on tidal waters, we're fishing for blues. But I would say if it smells anything like blue cats, then it's probably pretty bad. But
It was,
It'll make you gag.
it looked like a 1-year-old
Oh.
diaper,
Oh.
except all over you. And then when he was done, he had to rinse it off.
Nice. What
for
a
fun.
tangent we're on.
And that was at like 4 a.m. So I
Oh.
got tired at about 5, and
And
I
then
gotta lay
slept
down.
during.
Why not?
What are you gonna do?
You gotta live it and lie in it, I guess, at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's a true diehard fisherman right there.
Well, Chris, if anyone wants any of your gear, what's the best way? Just give them any websites or links, or where should they go to find your stuff?
Well, they can come to www.catfishclothing.com. That's, of course, catfish with a K.
Yep.
Catfishclothing.com, and we'll be able to help them out.
All right.
I
Well,
can't wait to see more of your products and
yeah.
Yeah.
sport them for
Yeah.
sure.
If there's a color combination or something you want to see, just let us know. We make everything. So the
I think underwear in your. The wife would love some catfish on the butt grundies.
Cute.
I think it would be
Actually.
beautiful. I don't know.
I think we
Guys,
can make that happen for you.
Get you some booty
Alright.
shorts.
Right. Instead of the word pink in there, just have catfish.
Glad to see our hard work
We
on
put
this
it up.
podcast
Yeah.
really pay off.
If you guys want to go to that link and check out what they got, you guys have cutting boards, right? Now, don't you?
Yeah, we've got
Cool.
cutting boards. We've been selling cutting boards that's a neat thing. So we collaborate with a lot of companies in the industry. And the cutting board business, that was a collaboration with the guy down in North Carolina. And we started, and he was the first collaboration, and that worked really well. And so we've collaborated with different people. But yeah, we do cutting boards in 2 different colors: is a white, black, white, and a black, white, black.
Yeah, they look sharp.
Yeah, I remember looking at those in Kansas City, and they were really nice.
I bet.
And then we machine the mounts in our machine shop to mount on boats and different things.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you guys need anything or want to look at anything, we have it going down below there. Catfishclothing.com, catfish with a K, clothing with a C. Simple. And Chris, we will keep in touch here.
Yes, sir.
And let's plan something out, and let's get on some fish.
Yeah, let's bring your crew out, and we'll see if we can't catch some small channel cats, some bluegills, stuff like that.
Yeah, just some little channel cats. That's all we need.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's
what?
Let's keep in touch, and thank you
All
for
right,
joining us.
Yeah,
we appreciate you
thanks,
taking the
Thank
time to
you.
join our
Sure.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for your
Appreciate it,
support.
brother.
We appreciate it.
You got it,
Thank
man.
you,
We'll
sir.
continue.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
Hook
guys.
up
Thank you.
soon.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I definitely love the clothing. I do. If there was other catfish clothing out there, I'd definitely try to
Compare
get some myself. I love it. Support what you do, and go from there. It's I guess I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, fucking right. I can't even. I got more old Carver fishing hats than I know what to do with.
haven't got one yet.
Katie's listening.
Oh.
That's my wife. Oh yeah, she likes the poop
Yeah.
joke. I guess.
Yeah,
She
this
sent a
one.
And I have it on video, by the way.
Yeah, she's really supportive.
Look.
She is. She's great.
I need to find one of those
What
someday.
the heck?
Well, her
Uh-huh,
first time
uh-huh.
out, I took her out one time, and she was skeptical about it, only being on the river in my small boat.
Yeah.
I got her in about 8 foot of water, and we're getting a lot of slot fish, and she was trying to just set the hook, and I'm like, I can't get it. So I'm like, all right, the next one that bites, I'll set the hook for you, and you're gonna have it. So I grabbed it, and I could feel it on there, and I just slammed it and gave it to her. I didn't feel how big it was, or she's over there like, it's gonna pull me in. I'm like, come on, quit dramatizing it. It ain't that heavy. I'm thinking 20, 15, 20. They do pull good. So I grabbed the end of the pole, and I'm like, whoa.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, I think you got yourself a good one here. So just keep on reeling. And yeah, I got right by the boat, and I lipped him, and yeah, it was about 40 and a half.
Wow, that's a good one.
Wow. Wow.
For her first time being not only on the river, in a boat, and catfishing. And
That's cool.
We call that girl
Yeah.
power.
it is.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
pretty sick.
And to have her reel it up by herself was
Heck
because
yeah.
she was like crotching it, armpitting it.
Oof.
I don't know where else she could stick that.
She was getting that
pole,
fish in the
but
boat. That's what she's
she
doing.
was reeling heavy. So yeah, she did a hell of a job, and yeah, it's
Love that for her.
It says Lily's singing "Go Daddy Go." Right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Lily.
Baby.
That's
Sing it,
awesome.
girl.
she loves being in the
Thanks for
boat.
watching,
Just don't want
Lily.
yeah, thanks for watching. I hope she gets better in the boat.
Yeah.
Last year I had her on there, and it was a nightmare. And
Yeah.
so yeah,
She's young yet.
she is. She'll learn. I hope she likes. Maybe next year she'll be my partner.
Yeah.
Then we'll really
that'd be
smoke
cool.
Dan. The little girl got a
Yeah.
47, Dan.
Oh,
That'd be
that'd be
nice.
amazing.
47, 4-year-old.
Oh,
I would love it.
I could
That's
bring my
goals.
4-year-old.
Dan-
We could have a fish off.
Hey, there we go. Kids day.
Wyatt
Day.
versus Lily. Here we
There
go.
we go. Yeah, we met this last summer at the Carver Days here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a great spectacular here was first time myself being here for
Steamboat Days.
Steamboat Days
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Then okay, yeah, awesome. The family were here all day and enjoyed everything about it. And what Carver Bait did for the little girl with the what she have leukemia.
Remy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That
Oh.
was really heartfelt and amazing.
Wait, elaborate real quick.
I forgot last name, but Remy. She has cancer,
Yeah.
and Jeff Isig asked me to. If I
Oh,
can help
I've seen
out.
her on his
Beautiful.
Facebook.
So
Yeah.
we did it. So we're hoping she gets better. We're thinking
Yeah.
sometime it's going to be hard for us to do this, but at some point we want to see if we can just have her, kind of come in or just be in the podcast
Yeah.
in some way.
Right.
Oh, that'd
she's
be
she's a
amazing.
fighter, and like when we did her card, Jeff says, F put on it F cancer.
Yeah.
I'm like, but this is for a little girl,
Beautiful.
so just put it on her.
Right.
All right, we're in big letters.
At any age,
I
have
love
cancer,
that.
no matter what.
Tough
Yeah.
little girl.
So we got her a you're probably not gonna like this, but we got her a pink Mad Catz rod.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
beautiful.
Matt, I think we got her a casting, and then we were gonna get her a spinning, but Matt actually chipped one to her.
Oh,
out of
that's
Mad
cool.
Catz,
Beautiful.
pink
Yeah.
spinning, and that was pretty
Oh,
awesome.
I
was
love
awesome.
that
That's pretty
so
awesome.
much.
One of the great things that Carver got me hooked on only shopping here, but I mean he's into the people of the
Yeah,
community, and not very many bait shops really give a damn about besides selling bait.
Yeah.
That's
Good
true.
ones do.
They really don't unless it's
Well-
a smaller community.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I
That
thought that was great
Big
that
old family.
Yeah, you gotta be part of the community.
support it.
That's a good thing, and the bad thing about being part of the small community like this is now you know everybody, and what affects them in some way touches you and affects
Yeah.
you. So,
Right.
Yeah.
so you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
react to look at Brian, right? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Brian is I'm really upset. I'm sad with what's happening with him, and we can only hope that he can get better
Right.
and at least take him out. But
It's good to see him across the street.
yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Straight, yeah.
Heck yeah.
He and you see him.
I
He's
was
not,
Oh, he's
surprised
not
to see
giving
him.
up
he's not
by
giving
any
up, man.
means.
He's walking,
He's fighting.
rocking
Yeah.
everywhere. He's he's pushing through, and that's
Heck
what I
yeah.
admire of him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Awesome.
I think
So if
that
anybody can make it to the Carver Days this year, coming up, beautiful time. The people are great. The whole everything was just amazing for my first time being here. I've been through a lot of. I'm sure you guys do with the different towns on their days.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
I thought this one was really special and was great.
They used to
Not
do
only
them.
just because I won. I did win.
Oh, I felt that
Yeah,
coming.
I had to
yeah.
rub it in every bar that I went to. And they said, Dan is the win. Yeah, sorry, Dan.
Dan who?
He had to step down this year, unfortunately. He was tired.
I love that.
But, well, see, what happened was that I had to talk a little smack about Dan for the, when he was talking about the newcomers that were coming in for last year's league
Mhm.
and the Steamboat Days coming up. Yeah, it hurt me that us little guys can't contend with the 3-4 time runner-up or winner.
Well, the greatest part about Pedro and I was we had our 15-foot boats, and we were winning.
We had the small boats.
We had
and,
the
Yeah,
small
boats,
Yeah,
boat
boats,
it
size
doesn't
don't
matter.
matter.
jet boats,
and they were all rubbing it in on
Kingfishers.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were all
Nothing.
rubbing it in on us. You guys can't get there fast enough.
Yeah, the fancy boat doesn't say how good you are at fishing.
No, well,
No.
actually, it wasn't even good. It was just luck. I'd have to say that our skill is about even, but I think
I like
the
to
luck.
hear that. I like to hear that.
I think luck is what pays
Dan's
off.
like, don't talk to me like you
No, that's all it is.
It is.
Yeah.
I
And like
mean,
I
you
said,
can
I-
have the greatest catfishing spot in the world. If you don't have a little bit of luck, you may not get a
Right.
bite.
I did
Yeah.
have the best spot, Dan's spot. That was
True.
the best,
Ah.
luckiest spot ever, and we didn't move from that area.
Right.
We're gonna come
I-
back this year and take his spot
So-
again. And
so
It was
is
my
that-
fault for stopping there and
Yeah.
letting the fleet see where first of all, I got a 7.7 horse, so I shouldn't have been at that spot first. You guys are all just slow at docking your boats.
no, it was getting around that big rock that almost killed us last year.
Ay,
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
ever been. Did you go through this area here through
Oh, yeah.
Carver? Oh, wow! You can skim on an inch.
I still have to take the route.
I hit
Yeah,
two
my
rocks.
route.
I
Yeah,
bottomed out.
me too.
My motor almost popped off the transom.
Oh, rock on.
I went through one motor this year, so I had to rely on a different one, which was tough. On a spur of the moment. Motors aren't cheap, by the way. If you're looking to buy a motor,
It's true.
you can't find a good one or a
Not-
used one.
Not cheap at
Not
all.
when you need it.
Right.
Or
Well, I had a 20 Johnson, and I was working on it, and it tipped over, and it broke the shifter knob off of
Yeah.
it. So that was out of commission,
Mm.
and I knew next week was my tournament day, and luckily I found a nice Evinrude 15, and that thing's a beast.
She rips.
Yeah, she does.
it's all you need on a little boat.
Right.
It is.
All I gotta say is y'all better watch out for this noob this year.
Yeah.
She's taking it to
I'm
town.
coming in.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Yeah,
Coming
for
in
the
hot.
record,
Tara's gonna
So-
kick everybody's ass.
Dan and James Story are the league champions.
Yeah,
mean,
I know
they-
that.
120. And then
Yep. Dan.
Pedro,
We were
they
second
went in
place.
favorite to win. People were still afraid of Jake Robinson.
Yeah.
Right.
They all thought he was just, holding back and just waiting for Steamboat Days to get back at them. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at the weights, and then I'm seeing, okay, well, this person won. I look across, and Pedro Trejo. I
Who's
was
this guy?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
whoa, that's weird. I wasn't
Mhm.
expecting Pedro to win.
I
No,
like it.
they were kind of down, and things were going up and above.
We got a lot to look forward to here this summer.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
For
good
sure.
time.
But make sure if you guys come into the bait shop, check it out. I think you got more Catch a Fever rods coming in too, right?
Yeah, should be
Beautiful.
Friday.
Weights this weekend. I keep saying that they're gonna have them tomorrow, right?
We've had
Rika
a
said.
few. We haven't.
And if you
it's
haven't
with
bought
all
one
the
of them
changes
great
and-
scales, them scales are
Yeah.
the best.
Whisker Seeker
The
scales.
Whisker Seeker scales do make a
You
difference.
got
Yeah.
those?
Yeah.
Spend the money on it.
Yeah.
They're well worth it.
You have to have it for league.
I'm saying
do.
I
I
gotta,
know.
I gotta grab one of those
We were
Go do
dealing
it.
with
for my
some
50
before he
pounders.
runs
You know what I'm
out.
saying?
50s. Oh, we haven't seen one yet. So
Well, you got to see a blonde
we
girl
go.
with one.
Yeah, make sure
There we go.
make sure you
That's
guys
how it
come
goes.
check out the bait shop when you get a chance. Stuff's stocked up, ready to go. Chewy's ready to sell stuff. We're ready to come in and say hi at least.
I'm ready to
Mhm.
sell stuff. I'm ready to make stuff.
Come
I'm
check out-
ready to
Yeah,
let's
fast.
Guys gotta
Oh.
make those bait.
That's why we're a little bit crowded here, Tim. We're moving stuff around, trying to get the workbench
Yeah.
going.
Right.
But we
It's
appreciate all you guys coming to the podcast tonight. It was fantastic, and I look forward to league this year with these guys, these
Heck
great
yeah.
great people here,
Yeah.
and we will we'll leave it on that.
See you next week with Katie Corge.
Katie
Yeah.
Corge.
Sweet.
I would say one of Minnesota's best anglers.
Yep.
Even not even just female. She's a
She's
female, but she's a really good fisherman. So
powerhouse.
it'll be kind of fun having her on next week.
Yep.
And
Are you gonna do your homework?
Yep.
Y'all
Suppose I
better do your
probably should
homework.
too, huh?
Yeah, she catches pretty much everything. So.
Multi-species, saltwater, fresh, all of it.
So that's who's on next
Perfect.
week, and then we have
Been on after-
Danny, or when's
Danny Boo.
Danny
Yeah,
Boo
it's
coming
Danny
on?
Boo, and then Ben.
I gotta look at the
Then Ben,
calendar.
and I know I talked
Can't
to
remember.
Tabitha, and I talked to Justin from the catfishing duo, Tabitha and Justin out of the East Coast. Their guide down there, they guide as a couple, and they catch super giant catfish, huge,
Sweet.
60,
Huge.
70-pound flatheads,
Yeah.
giant
Wow.
blue cats. So we're gonna have them on. They're super
Yeah.
good people, and we got some other people planned here this soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned for another episode of Old Carver Podcast. We appreciate you coming in today, and we will see you guys on the next one.